So it's been about 7 months since I flipped my first forklift, and I'm back here getting my next one. I had to wait because everybody else jumped in and bought them and there was no inventory, but now as you can see, they got lots of lifts. This stuff's booming. So you're gonna watch me buy my second lift. Hey Ark, where's my lift? Bring that sucker up. Oh, look at this thing. It's like the rave mobile. Look at this, got disco lights going on. It's disco fever time. It's red lights, it's like
blue lights, red lights, safety lights. But this is it, yeah. When we get done with this thing, you're just gonna be shocked. You'll get new tires, fresh paint, fully serviced, some new hoses, a new attachment on the front. This is the way we like to buy them, you know?
This thing's way nicer than the last.
You can tell that it's a straight body. It's all it needs is cosmetic paint, you know? There's no indentations in it, low hour machine. And yeah, it's gonna be ready to go and make more money, baby.
You know, Ark, like, every time I see these things, I just look at them and I'm like, do these guys like just hit everything in sight?
It's unbelievable.
I mean, look
Let
at
me
it.
tell you,
Like...
as a great of a job as we do with these paint jobs, give it a week at somebody else's facility and it ends up looking like this again.
I'm not worried about what these look like, but whatever it's hitting, that's gotta be a mess.
Exactly,
Hopefully it's not the owner's car.
Well, hopefully not. So this one's gonna be 20,000 and change, already completed, and then we're gonna try to sell it for $32,900.
So 20,000 with the renovation?
With the renovations, all in, yep. I already got it all calculated out and ready to send you an invoice.
Nice.
And you know, I'm just gonna email it to you. You can pay for it right online, and we're off to the races. Pretty simple.
I love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it. My second lift.
Let's do it. Let's get it done. So I got the invoice ready to go for you. Let me just click one button here. It'll come right to your email. I know you're a busy guy. Sent.
Okay. Let's check it out. You can see, you just click that, you pay it, and I own myself a forklift. So when I first met Ark, you know, we were talking about IBC, we were talking about infinite banking policies for him and his partner, and you know, when we were talking about that, I'm like, what are you gonna use it for? And he says, I'm gonna use the money, I'm gonna put it through the policy, I'm gonna buy forklifts. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. I said, so what do you guys do? And he explains the whole process. Essentially, we flip forklifts. I'm like, that's freaking awesome. What's the biggest problem in your business? He says, well, I don't know. I mean, same problem every business has. I only have so much money to buy so much equipment, so I gotta wait for the equipment to sell to get the money back and restart the process. And I'm like, wait a second. What if I buy some of the forklifts? What if not just me, but what if some of my friends buy some of the forklifts? Like, would that help? And then we can do some kind of a profit split? And that's where it all started. See, before Ark started working through Private Money Club and through our campfire, if you will, they were using their own money. And now we've got a bunch of people that came in, like the ones you're gonna see in a second, that then started using their money to buy forklifts, and they just profit split with Ark and his partner. So that's how this whole thing started. And I think it'd be great if you heard from some of the folks that are flipping some forklifts. Let's check it out. So I'm here with Shauna Decker, and Shauna is going to talk about how she's now in the business of moving metal. So what do you do for a living, Shauna?
So I'm like a W-2 earner, and I also am 1099. So I do some sort of consulting, event planning, coordination, and stuff like that. I started actually having some cash because I live below my means. I try not to be in debt, and I really was looking for something to get involved with about like $25,000, $30,000. And I know we teach a lot about real estate and stuff like that, but when this opportunity came across, it piqued my interest. I liked the process that I saw when it was explained to me. In real estate, you touch contractors, like you're giving a painter a job, a carpenter a job, all that sort of stuff. Like the thing that I found really interesting was the mechanics are employed through this investment and this opportunity as well. So for me, it kind of just like made sense to be involved with something at this price point. It felt like I was getting something out of it for me, but also just helping people in like my environment as well.
So where'd you first hear about flipping forklifts?
From a YouTube video on Chris Naugle's channel.
Hey, if you like this stuff, then subscribe to this channel and that little bell, smash that bell so you always find out what cool and fun stuff we're doing.
The funny part was I was previewing Chris's video before it even went live, and I immediately watched it. It was like 6 minutes long, and I was like, how do I get involved? Because it just made sense. To me, if you're starting out investments or trying to make your hard-earned money do something for you, I feel like dipping your toes in something short-term is like, it's a good way to make it real.
Yeah, I like short-term too, but once you got into it and you made the call after the YouTube video, like what was the process like?
The process was super simple. So this company here that like we work with, they source the old equipment. They have all of the mechanics in-house. They have all of the tools and everything that they need to bring this equipment back to life. And it was really just saying I was interested for the most part, and they provided me with a good fit for my needs and goals. And it was a matter of getting an invoice, you know, through QuickBooks that I paid with my company. And it's just a waiting game at that point, just for it to be completed.
So did you ever think like this, you'd park her in your driveway and kind of rip it around the backyard?
If I needed to, because I do live in the country, so like if I needed to, I would. But if I wanted to, because I'm local, I could come here like I am right now and honk the horn or whatever I wanted to do.
So what did this beast cost?
This one cost $29. This is actually my second one. So I already completed one before this. The first one was about $21,000. And then I got back about $2,300. So it was like a little bit over 10%, like 10 point something return in 3 months on the dime.
So you made 10% in 3 months.
Mm-hmm.
You know, most people are happy making 10% in 12 months
Yeah.
as an annual return. You did it in 3 months.
I did it in 3 months, which my friend Joe likes to tell me that equals 40% over the year. So, but you know, in like my mind, you know, I see it as 10%. But the second I got paid back, I told Ark, I said, can I get it in another one? So I was like out for 9 days before I got into this one. So 9 days later, I had bought this one.
Awesome. And the first one was, you said 3 months?
It was like 3 months on the dot.
And then how's this one doing?
This one, I'm at 3 months and 18 days. I just gave Ark a little bit of a nudge to say, get this thing sold. But he did say that, you know, they had some guy who, it's like a car, right? They got some guy who comes and looks at it. They give him a little run around and then they're like,
kick the tires?
Yeah, and then he's like, actually, I don't know. So I mean, they're working on it. I saw the listing for sale. I see their marketing efforts. They do a lot to get these out the door. They also, from what I'm told, is they sell all over the country. So I don't have to be limited to my piece of equipment being sold here. It could be sold anywhere. So yeah, I don't know.
Like, what would you say to somebody that wanted to do the same thing?
I personally love it. I love telling people I do this.
This is your first time seeing your lift, right?
Yeah.
So like coming here, sitting on it, ripping it around and driving, which I don't know if you've done yet.
No.
But I mean, like you can't do that with a stock. And a lot of times if you lend on a piece of real estate, you're not gonna go there and like actually see the real estate, touch the real estate, but you actually own this lift.
Yeah.
And that's a sense of security.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's really, really cool. I love it. I guess if I wanted to leave with it right now, which I don't want to leave with it, but I'm sure I could try it out the door if I needed to.
Should we do sports car?
You like my new sports car?
Looks like it's a high performance machine.
Oh, she's a beast. She goes 0 to 60 in 20 minutes.
Somehow I think that's going downhill and you rolling with it. All right, folks, I'm here with Joe Kobasic, and he is also flipping some metal. Now, one of the things, I kind of know the story, but I think everybody else should know, like, how did you hear about these?
Well, Chris, Shauna said that there was a video. So after 6 minutes of watching it, I didn't know that you invested in a forklift. I had to call up Ark, and I had to get 7 of them.
Joe bought 7, Shauna bought like 2, Steven bought some, Brent bought some, I don't know who else, and then there was none left for me to do. So this will be my first time where I'm able to get my second forklift, and it's been like 7 months. This is your forklift. You own this.
This is mine. I can take it right out that door, put it on a trailer, and take it home. This is mine.
So this one cost you how much?
I think this one was about 17,000, 18,000, right around there.
How much to make it look pretty like this? Because it didn't look like this when you bought it.
No. It was, I think it was about 2,500 for the, you know, for a new seat and tires.
Decals, tires.
Then they do a paint job and put the new decals on. So yeah, there was no contractors standing me up. I didn't have to wait 3 days for the plumber.
All your contractors are all out here.
Look at that.
And you don't have to, they don't report to you.
No, I just get the piece of paper, and then he even ACHs the money right to my bank account. I don't even have to do anything there. All I have to do is hit the little button and say, Hey, I got paid today.
So all the other ones that you did, because you did 7, this is
number 7, I believe.
number 7.
Yep,
So
we're
all the
waiting
other
for-
ones sold.
Yep.
How long did it take to sell each one?
All between 3 weeks to about 5 months.
Okay.
That's where we're in the time frame. So the first one, the ROI was about 51%, and then I had a couple of them around 38%. One of them was like 43%. So yeah, they're all around between the 30 and the 50 mark.
And that's a
depending on-
profit split between you and the company, right?
Correct. It's a 60-40 split between us and ARC. So I'm glad to take 40% and not have to do anything. That's the best part about it.
So is that what you tell other people? That
That's
want
what
to?
I tell everybody about it. Yep, they're like, hey, what do you think about forklifts? It's the best thing. You got to get into it.
So I'm here with Lisa, and we were just talking about like how Lisa found out about this. You know, she was mentioning she's been driving forklifts for the better part of 20 years. And I always say, only invest in things that you know, like, and understand. And that's exactly what you did. So
Yep.
this is, I thought this was your first forklift,
Yeah.
but this is your third?
Yeah, third, and I have a fourth one also.
Oh my goodness. So what is it that you do?
I work in a factory for now. I had talked to Joe about investing, and he had talked about how he was investing in these forklifts, and I'm like, you talk about investing in what you know. Since I've been driving them, I understand them, I know them, I like them, so I figured no better way to invest your money. I'm tired of losing money in the stock market.
This is your third or this is your fourth?
This one is my third.
So your third. So the other 2 sold?
I have 2 that sold, and I have 2 currently.
Well, how much did you pay for the other 2?
Okay, the first one I had paid $57,000 for one.
So a big one.
Yeah, and they were both large.
Okay.
$43,000 for the other. One sold for $77,000. The other one sold for $71,000. So I made an annual return of 37% on one and 51% on the other.
Did you ever get that in the stock market?
No, I'm tired of losing money.
But not only that, you actually own these.
Yes.
So like, how could you ever lose money on this?
No, and you have something tangible that I can touch, and if anything was to happen, I can take it with me.
Like, unless you knew forklifts, like, how would you know that this is not a new lift?
I do know forklifts, and I wouldn't be able to tell the difference.
And how long did you say it took for the first 2?
One, it was 61 days,
Okay.
and the second one was 109 days.
All right, so not terrible though.
Not at all.
And then like this, I don't want to say this is a little one, but like how much was this one?
This one, I believe I paid $41,000 for.
Okay. And then how much are they going to sell this for?
They're selling this one for $59,900.
Not bad.
Not at all.
Wow, I'm just like thinking of the numbers. Did you tell people about it, or did you just keep it your little secret like I should have?
I haven't told too many people yet, but after now, I think they're gonna know.
All right, first it was just me flipping forklifts, but now you've heard from a bunch of other people doing it. So if you want to get involved, if you want to see what flipping forklifts is all about, then right down in the bio, check it out. There's a link, and that's how you get a hold of ARC to learn more. You could also go to BeYourOwnBanker.com. That's BeYourOwnBanker.com. Watch the video, click the link to contact ARC, and get yourself some heavy metal